they play last week? Oh, I can't even remember. But we did watch Bleedout play last week, and I think we spoke about last week. I feel like Bleedout has improved a lot as a team since they've begun. So because they did join comp probably about a year ago, maybe a bit
Mm.
more, but they've definitely come a long way, and they've got some of the same players as well that have kind of stuck around. And with Omen as well, there's a few familiar faces on there. Like we've got Hunter and Gohan. So be very good to see this matchup as we're going to be loading in on the Lich. And this is Elaine's playing the Lich. I haven't seen any killer games from this person, but I'm looking forward to seeing how they do considering it is their pick. And we're running Eruption, Pain Res, Blood Fever, and Corrupt. So how do you think this set's going to go, Fizz?
I mean, we've only just started, so there's no way for me to even tell how this could possibly go. So far, we've seen a couple of survivors pushing them off these open generators. See someone trying to work that shack gen, trying to pump it out during that first chase. You kind of want to, very good strat if you can get it done, pump that mid gen out in that first chase. Now we're committing to a chase here, what seems to be on LV Duck, just holding W, getting mad distance right now, all the way in this 12, exactly where you want to be, where the corrupt gens are. Can't really work any gens, just can't get any eyes right now, so we're not exactly entering chase. We've got the skull. Oh no, it's not even LV Duck, it's actually Hearts dropping the pallet, not quite able to get that stun after the pickup, but we're going to get our first M1 tag here, just running straight back towards that 12. We've got a nice fill up pallet here as well. Gonna try and get some skull emojis on there, and we get it. Oh, because we got the blood favor as well. That was a very, very quick down. Unfortunately, if they're even doubling that mid gen, that shack gen, I don't think they're gonna be able to get it done, especially with the pain res in the back pocket for the Lich. So we're gonna be sitting in that pain res right now. Bang! Nice little early down for our killer here.
Yeah, that was a really quick chase for Elaine. Just exactly what he needed, a good head start on the game. And yeah, we do see that Shack gen has been working away. So these survivors, whoever was doing that gen, has just wasted a lot of time doing that. But we do have a lot of progress on this gen. I'm not sure where that was by the Nancy Jazz. And we can see that everyone else has kind of rotated to start some other gens as Elaine's just going to be playing around the book here. We do have a pretty spicy 4 gen at this side of the map as we see someone trying to stop this regression on Shack, but probably best to leave the Shack gen alone at this stage. I mean, you probably can have someone pressuring it and then someone going in for the unhook. But I think Elaine just kind of wants to play around this side of the map here. As we see the first gen pop by the side of Bleedout. So pretty well done from them for the gen pressure. As we see a couple of people rotating around, someone's going to try and come in for the pool here. I think that was LV Dark. Well, no, we just saw him on the Orbeez.
We get it for free.
We get the hook for free, but we did get the skull hit onto Jazz here, and Elaine's can honestly just, oh no, I was going to say could probably just pick and get another pain res, but nowhere, slugging away, going straight for that tunnel onto 6 hearts as we're going to be going down this side of the map, pre-dropping this pallet pretty early as we're going to make our way to this edge filler, but this is all Hearts really has to play with here. As this is kind of a dead zone after this has been used, as we're going to use our grab power, but Heart's going to be dropping it again and playing this really nicely, but no, unfortunately going down.
That's so unfortunate. I like how the Lich can kind of just give the survivor back a pallet. And we do see that generator in Shack being popped, so that's actually really good for these survivors, just getting that out of the way. Hopefully in the next chase, Hearts can actually get down to that bot side of the map away from all these active generators, because these are absolutely just pumping out. And oop, we just gave the survivors a little know-how of where the totem is, getting hooked right next to the totem. That's a little bit... Oh, and all that progress on the generator, we're just going to be able to sit in front of this, kind of watch that regress a little bit as well, while these other survivors have to rotate to a different generator. Not really sure what the progress is going on with these survivors right now, but we do see that everyone is healed up, so they can kind of just sit and pressure gens for a bit while our killer just sits in front of the hook. I think we need to pressure a little bit more, just walk up to these gens, get the survivors off the generators. Otherwise, they're just going to sit there and let Hearts like hang until last second, because realistically, you don't really need to pull instantly unless the killer goes far enough away, and it looks like our killer just wants to sit in front of the hook, protect this 3-gen, this nasty 4-gen I should say, all the way at 11. This is absolutely disgusting, but we're happy to just see here because we can see pretty much all 3 of these generators, except for that one at the bus. It's probably the safest one that our survivors can work on, but not really much going on right now. Hey, we're just sitting in front of the just sit in front of the hook, but we see LV, no, not LV Duck. I don't even know who that is. I can't quite read. Oh, it's JD come in for the trade. We see the down, the eruption proc happen in the background. Now this is Six Hearts trying to make it to that bot side of the map, but we get the cut off onto on Shaq, but we're able to make that window because we can't quite swing out of that animation just yet. Trying to get the skull emojis down. Skull emojis not happening. We'd be able to drop Shaq, going straight back through. Down towards the 6 area, exactly what I said. You need to be going straight down to the bot, get away from those generators. Hopefully the wraparound for the pickup on JD has been happening right now, but Six Hearts just absolutely juicing right now. A little bit of standstill mind game. Kind of caught Six Hearts off guard there, and that's just going to be a down.
No, that was a really good good chase from Hearts there. I mean, they've died in the exact spot where they need to go. And there was a lot of pressure on that gen at over at 2, I believe it was, but oh no, it's actually regressed so much. That was such high progress before, I guess, because Hearts was kind of hanging on the hook next to it before. Yeah. But it is now a 3v1. We saw JD trying to cleanse that blood favorite totem. And now Elaine's can kind of just play around this 4 gen that he has here. We know someone popped the gen at 7, so we probably can assume, whoa, hello, we've got 2 people here, Jazz and LV Duck here. What is happening? We're doing a little bit of a teabag. Come chase me, Jazz says, as we're gonna make our way to Shaq, but there's no Shaq pallet here, but we do make the vault. And Elaine's gonna be actually committing to this. I'm not sure if I agree with this play. I mean, if you can get it down quickly and get that pain res, it'd be massive. But we do see LV Duck and JD. They were doubling a gem, but JD is kind of split off, maybe walking up for the save. As this chase is going for quite a long time, but oh my god, what a dodge by the skulls by Jazz there. That is really nicely played. This chase is going on for a really long time, and we still have this pallet here as well. Maybe we could play for perhaps a pallet save or something, but no, we make the stun onto Elaine's here. Jazz is going absolutely crazy right now, actually forcing Elaine to leave, getting a bit paranoid that these gens are going to pop any second now, but we saw LV Duck was working on a gen that had about 60% progress. We get a tag onto JD, getting a bit caught out here as we have a second injure on the board. And now Lanes can probably commit to this, as this is a bit of a dead zone. JD doesn't really have a lot else to work with, unless he can make this, oh no, I was going to say make this pallet, but that's already been used. I'm just going to force grab here. So very well played by Bleedout so far in this 3v1, I must say.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing really good. Jazz's chase there was exactly what they needed to kind of bring it back a little bit more after you know, Hearts dying relatively fast. You know, these guys are resetting instantly as soon as someone else is in chase. They've got nice bits of pressure on the board from these generators, but you know, the killer leaving there was just perfect timing. You know, they're able to zone. They tried to zone JD back up to the top side, but JD just knowing I need to get bot just kind of held W towards that 6 area, and which is really good because the killer can't exactly commit to camping this hook out, and because they have to protect the generators. And looks like we're trying to find some stealthing survivors, maybe someone trying to wrap around to get the save, but we see Jazz is already stealthing towards this 7-sided map, not getting found, so that means LV Duck's up here somewhere working on one of these generators, hopefully, because we do need to be putting pressure on the gens, because if we're not pressuring the gens, then the killer can just sit at the hook for free for as long as they want. So as we see the unhook come through from Jazz getting that vault through once again, just absolutely juicing right now. I don't think we're going to be committing to Jazz. We're actually going to be committing to JD. JD's just running straight back up towards this top side because we ain't got any pallets down bottom. We're going to make this chase last a little bit longer, and we're just holding W. Maybe the generators up here is going to pop. Who knows? But we're currently in the gens, which can be a little risky if we do go down here because they're just going to get hooked right back inside the generators. And JD's doing a very good job just holding W around these tiles, just holding those check spots. We do make it to the pallet, but the little pallet hand grab comes up, and I think we were able to wrap around and drop it. No, just not in time for that, and that is going to be the down on JD right in the middle of the gens. Like I said, super risky play coming up here to try and last your life with the pallets, but now we're just down in our 3-gen. We do see another generator pop over in the background, but I don't think our killer really cares because this 3-gen that they've got going on right now is pretty tight.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree with you there, Faces. We did pop one more, and now this, this gen spread is even tighter as we've caught out Jazz here, trying to avoid a tag as best as we can, and she's doing very, very well as we just get tagged there, and now lanes can go back and play around these gens. Going to go back for JD, I believe here. I think is Death Hook, if I'm not mistaken. So if Elaine's can get this down onto JD here and get him out of the game, that'd be absolutely massive and exactly what he needs. As we're going to be playing around this little tile here. I don't know what you would actually call this tile, but JD playing very, very patiently. Has to kind of has to play for his life here, but no, we're actually going to be leaving this chase and catching out maybe another pain res survivor here as we see a little bit of progress on this gen at 3. But not. I feel like in Jazz's chase before, I just want to say they probably could have gotten a bit more progress on the gens. Like I think LV Duck was on a gen, but maybe they just didn't anticipate how long that chase was going to be. But I feel like they could have gotten a bit more gen progression happening, but no, Elaine's just going to kick this gen over at 3 here and just kind of patrol the area as we see a reset happening in the background. Soon can only be JD and Jazz at this bot side of the map. And now Elaine's just kind of figured out that's probably what's happening right now. It's going to try and stop it. If we can find this reset, that'll be actually massive for Elaine's. But no, they've actually successfully gotten away. But no, we're actually not resetting. My bad. We're just hanging around injured. Maybe they're going to meet up later for a reset. As we see, everyone just kind of getting into a position at the moment. Maybe they're trying to meet up for a reset. But if this orb finds someone, ooh. Oh my
I
god,
think it might just miss them.
them.
Yeah,
Oh
just missed them. That is actually insane for these survivors. No, this is exactly what you want to do. You kind of want to reset everyone. We've got a Death Hook survivor and 2 pain res available. Everyone is reset. Now we have the perfect opportunity to 2-1 split these generators and just play as safe as you possibly can, because the killer's not going to want to leave this top side of the gens. If your chase lasts long enough down that bot side, the killer has to go back, otherwise you're going to lose the generators. And these survivors are doing a perfect job stealthing and getting the never mind, found someone. But no, but they did a good job resetting. So now the other 2 just need to jump on the generators and absolutely pump those motors. We see the skull emojis come off, not quite hitting Jazz. Jazz just able to dodge those infinitely, and we see that hit come through on this filler pallet. We're just going to drop that instantly and just play our life around this. This is kind of what we have to do. The chase has to last as long as possible, because this is a pain res and it's going to just regress those generators once again. And bang, we win that 50-50. Yes, it is. Isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah.
I got hooked at that. There's a pain res hook at deep 6.
No, okay, well then I'm cooked.
Yeah. No,
I swear she never got cooked. Anyway, back to the chase. Look at absolutely juicing right now. Just shedding on them. And then we see the eruption proc in the background, but we are splitting the generators exactly what we want to do. Killer has to make a 50-50 decision. What generator we're going to? Oh, would you look at that, Maya? It's a pain res.
What? I swear. Okay, maybe I'm cooked. I swear she got caught
never went down
there. Oh, because she was juicing so much. Oh my god, you're right. Oh. Okay, well, my bad. Just don't listen to whatever I say then. But we do go down to this gen. It had a lot of progress. Both of these gens have a lot of progress, actually. The one at Bus and this one. Both have very high progress, but I think the one at 3 did get hit by that pain res, so that is pretty unfortunate. As we get a really early unhook onto Jazz here, and we're fully reset,
massive.
which is actually massive recovery for Bleedout. If they play this absolutely perfectly, like they can actually probably get some outs here, and I'm putting my money on it. They are playing this insane. Their chases have been really good. They're dying in the right spots. Elaine's just going to be trying to find out whoever's stealthing around this gem, but I don't think they're here anymore, so probably have to check this other gen at 3, which we do see a double happening. Very nice. JD is rotating for that gen at 12. As we're going to go straight for Jazz here, who is, I want to say second hook, but is not pain res. We know that now. We did confirm that before. She's not pain res. We're just going to go for a tag and go back to find these other survivors, maybe find our last fresh hook, who I believe is LV Duck, who hasn't been hooked yet. So, and we know that LV Duck is very scary in chase. So, good luck finding that guy. But We've actually lost JD here. I don't even know where he went. That was... Even I lost him. He's just gone. Right, we just got to go back to check on this gen, but...
Oof,
don't even
these pistons are pumping.
Yeah, but he can't really... A few more kicks, and I think he can't kick it anymore, so... It's only so many times you can kick it, as we see. This is LV Duck, I believe. Running
Oh, it's
down the
our
side of
last
the map,
pain
but
res.
this is our last pain res, and there's not a lot of resources here either. Everything's being used. We just have this ore wall as we're gonna commit to this. And if they double that gen right now at 3, they can definitely get it done. As very nice dodge coming through from LV Duck. No, we're actually resetting in the background. They're resetting instead of doing the gen. If LV Duck can last a bit here, that would be amazing. We do still have this pallet here to kind of work with. Very, very nicely played. I'm just going to break this. Yeah, that's a really strong pallet. I'm going to continue this chase. I don't think he can... Ooh. I want to... Can we see how close that gen is?
Oh, they're splitting the generator, so it doesn't really matter whether or not LV Doc goes down here. But LV Doc is absolutely juicing out of his freaking mind right now, just playing this chess perfectly. And we just get absolutely slapped through that window. Look how far away my man is. And they get the generator done anyway. Huge, huge chase from LV Doc. They're just denying that last pain res, able to pop the generators. Unfortunately, it is a little fresh hook in the bag, and I think we're going to be getting hooked in the basement here. So if I were you guys, just... every man for themselves, get out.
Yeah, no, there's... Oh, wait. We wiggle off, though. Maybe someone can come in for a hit. Wait. Open the gate. Where is... Jazz is here to take a body. Yes, this is massive. Wait, do we get out? We have a flashlight. Oh, my, we have 2 healthy survivors here to come for a body. We're going to get our skull emojis out. You got to dodge him. You got to dodge the skulls. Oh, my God, we're going to be... Oh, there's so much happening right now as we throw the skulls and we miss them onto LV Duck Heroes. We're really trying to get LV Duck out of the game. Protect the president right now, Jazz and JD. You got to get him out as we're taking a tag. Maybe we could play for a hatch play here. Wait, we have head on. I think he has head on. Did he get in the locker?
No way.
Oh no, he's still there. That'd be funny.
That'd be insane. Wait.
Oh wait, he can actually just leg it for the gate.
Wait, the killer thinks he's going for the hatch. Oh my God, huge, massive.
But he's flying.
I think he can't catch up. He can't catch up.
Wait.
Oh, maybe he can.
No.
Oh no.
He can. Wait.
He gets to make this. He makes this. Oh my God, what an insane game from these.
And I don't see one of them on the survivor side. Where's Hunter? Where's my boy Hunter at? Well,
sleeping.
Anyway, he's sleeping.
Someone wake him up. Get him on the set.
Yeah, where is
What's
Hunter?
going on?
Get him in here. What the hell?
He's too shy. He's nervous.
No, we are finally loading in, guys. Sorry for the delay that you have to listen to Fizz and I just kind of yap and yap. Probably overhearing our voices by now, just talking shit. But we are finally loading in now. We have JD on the Lich here for Bleedout and has to meet a win con has to get 6 stage 4 fresh or 7 stages of any sort. So I think that's a pretty reasonable win con for him to get. It's pretty doable. As we do have a slightly different build to what Elaine's had earlier. We do have Ruin, Blood Fever, Pain Res, and Corrupt. As we see, awful, like, jeez. Holy killer instinct. As we get a really early skull emoji hit onto Neckbeard here, as we're kind of just stuck at the side of the map. And with Blood Fever up too, we can't really use these pallets for about 15 seconds. As we do kind of try and play around this tile with what we have. But, oh, we do have a head-on here from, is that Nolzy? Oh, the goat. Nolzy the goat, but on the PC, not the sticks. As we do give a little bit
upgraded.
Extra time. He's upgraded. But Neckbeard is able to make back this pallet, but we're going to use this power to kind of hold the pallet here as we're going to be going down. But that was a really nice first chase for the side of Omen, and I think that's what you need for the win con that they have.
Yeah, no, that was a really good chase. A really good head-on setup too. I did not expect that. But also, you kind of, like, who loops around that backside? You know? I like that. I like that. Different pathing, you know? Not predictable. Why would I be in that locker, you know? So, crazy head-on play there from Knowles. He just gave them a little bit more time to get some you know, get some pressure on these generators, but I think JD's probably gonna look for a just kind of barbecue stacking right now, just looking for those fresh hooks because he only needs to get 7 stages or six stages for fresh of any kind. So he can kind of play super aggressive and just keep pumping these survivors. We see a totem get cleansed in the background, and that was ruined. So he still has blood favor up, and I think Bandit just wanted to give a little bit of an opinion there. Hey, Bandit.
So sorry about him.
We don't see the unhook come through from that. You know, while our killer was chasing, I don't even know who he was chasing. Detective Tap, but we did see the cleanse on Ruin. So now JD's just able to sit and confirm this second stage while these survivors just get a generator done. We see a lot of progress on the other one. We do see another survivor coming in for the unhook, but unfortunately we're just getting pushed off, and that's going to be Neckbeard hitting that second stage. Kind of not what you want, especially when we're only playing for 7 stages. You know, and getting pushed off that second generator, we still don't have that second generator getting popped. The unhook still not coming through. JD can kind of play around this hook for as long as you want. Oh, and we do find a survivor unhooking, trying to get a double skull emoji hit, not quite coming through. Now, Neckbeard just has to play for his absolute life. Maybe some hit takes might be coming in to try and, you know, make this chase last longer, but at the same time, I don't know if it was working because we do have a lot of injuries on the board. It just means we're going to be wasting time resetting, and that does allow Neckbeard to get to the shack. Psych, we're cutting him off while flying through the window, and then just choosing to vault back out anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Neckbeard's going to try and make this shack pallet. Maybe he can make it. Maybe Jade... Ooh, do you hear someone get in a locker or get out of a locker? No, getting out of the locker. We've seen Nosy there coming in for another hit take. It's going to be every single survivor injured on the board, so hopefully we get some fast resets. Psych just getting absolutely dodged right there, but
wow.
Neckbeard makes the pallet. Just going to be dropping that as fast as we can. JD's just trying to get Neckbeard out of the game, you know. Bro's on death hook, so
yeah.
As soon as we get him out, we can just play that 3v1, especially with everyone still injured, still not getting healed up. But this chase is lasting absolutely forever. Here comes Nosy once again with the head on. Bang! Just making this chase last even longer. JD's struggling a little bit there. This is insane. This is exactly the chases they want to have right now. And I think Nosy's going to be coming in for another hit take as well, just to make Neckbeard last as long as possible. And he's just going to be getting out of here. Gonna go try and get some pressure on these generators. And did we lose him, or are we leaving? We're just leaving?
No, I think we're leaving. That chase was going for way too long, and we did see 2 gens that were pretty high progress.
Oh my days.
And that's going to be 2... Yeah, we've got 2 gens popped, but I think maybe JD can interrupt this one. Yes, we do catch out Claudette here, who... That gen was like 99, and we're going to be going for this and probably getting... Yeah, going to be getting a pain rest. Unless someone can wrap that right now and pop it, it's literally just like 99.9% wait for being done, but no, we're going to be choosing the reset as probably the safer option here. You don't want to be taking big risks with a win con like this. You need to be playing it safe. But that was an insane chase from Neckbeard here, and this is actually huge for Omen because now the tunnel out is healed up as long as they don't get found and caught out in a really bad position, so that JD can easily get them out of the game. That would be actually massive for Omen and be easier for them to kind of get all of these gens done. As we see, the reset does finally finish, as we've just caught the end of it, and we found, I was just saying, we probably shouldn't find our tunnel out, but no, we're actually going to be choosing to leave and go for someone else that might be rotating for this save, as we do see Nolsey here, who has been playing exceptionally well this game, setting up these head-on saves, by the way, as we get the skull emoji hit, and we're not committing for this? No, we're not. I'm so lost. We're looking for someone else. No, we're just trying to find whoever's rotating in for the save, but no, they've just snuck past and gotten the unhook onto Claudette here. So we're going to be going down and seeing who that was, as we see that Jen does still have a bit of progress, but they would not have touched it. I doubt that anyone would be kind of sitting on this now, right? Oh, we see Stacks here on the tap. Gonna be dropping this pallet, playing around this really nicely. Kind of has to try and get away. Wow, where did he go?
Unique
Am I
pathing.
just blind? Like...
Insane. These guys just have the most unique pathing, and it's working for them. That is crazy. I think JD might be a little bit blind too, or he just blinked. Sometimes I blink as killer, and I just lose a survivor. I swear. I'm kidding. No, but we do find that we are committing to this chase here over on the top side. This is exactly where you want to run to as well. There's no generators up here. I don't know if you noticed that, man. He's got a stacked 4-gen on the other side of the map, and I think JD's just trying to play around it. But unfortunately, this might be stacks going down right now. Yeah, we do. We land in the pallet blood flavor. I don't think anyone's going to be able to do any pallet saves. Any. Oh my god, they just. They might just win this. Wait, this is insane.
Nah, I don't think they get it done in time. And there's 2 of them injured. If you can get it down on one of them. Oh, that gen is so close to being done. This is really, really close, Fizz, and Omen are playing this extremely well. As we do find Claudette here, not our pain res, but it's still another stage. It's good to have. I don't even know how many stages we're on right now. We've got...
Look at the calories running in. We're tripling.
Everyone, over here, get the gen done! I can only imagine that's what the comms are right now. Get the gen done, as we do get it done. And
so we're currently at 5 stages right now. JD just needs 2 more stages. If we can get all of these survivors out right now, it doesn't matter.
Oh, it doesn't matter?
They just need all 3 of these guys to get out right now. If he I can't even English right now. I'm just so locked into this chase right now. We see the unhook happening, and we've got 2 survivors playing around each other right now. If he gets Nolzy, it's a W for JD. They need to get Nolzy out of this game.
Oh, okay. I mean, this is looking really rough. Everyone's injured, and no one has started the gate either. Oh no, wait! I take back my words. We see the gate has been done, but is it the one at 5 or at 9? I'm not too sure, but they have to try and make something work here to get everyone out. We're trying to get Nolzy here. And Neckbeard gonna be trying to take a body and a very nice dodge of the skulls. As we're gonna be getting it down on Neckbeard and committing to Nolzy here. I don't think he has a lot to really work with here. So we have the short wall, and JD really wants this. He really, really wants this down onto Nolzy. Maybe if the other survivors can get a really quick reset, but no, we're going to be getting that down, and that's going to be, unless I do something absolutely crazy here. No, maybe a pallet save, but no. Yeah, we do get the hook onto Nolzy, a last fresh hook, and that's going to be GG's. Very nicely played from both sides here. The Omen went absolutely crazy that game. That was insane. I take back everything I said before, I guess. I mean, JD still played really well, but I was expecting more of a high stage result, I guess, from a killer like him. But Omen played this absolutely amazingly. Even though, you know, they lost the set, props to their survivor side. They played that insane, Fizz.
Yeah, I mean, that was crazy. That chase on Neckbeard right at the end there, that they needed that to win the back, and just splitting on generators while injured, not healing. Okay, I like that. Commit to the gens. Doesn't matter. But in the end, JD kind of knew he needed to just
for a dredge set tonight.
Oh, it's been a hot minute since I've watched a dredge game like while casting at the same time. Oh, I know he's pretty low on the tier killer. He's not the strongest killer around, but when you got that you know, that mobility in the, I can't even remember what it's called. The night phase, the night rush, the nightmare mode. Give me a little bit of a hint here, mate, because I'm struggling to find my words right now.
I don't know what it's called. I don't play dredge.
See, I don't say the traditional names for things, so I just kind of throw out what I think it should be called. So when I'm saying like skull emojis or nightmare mode like this, it's just what I call it. Okay?
Nightfall.
Sorry, it's nightfall, nightmare mode, nightfall. I'm close enough. All right, so we've loaded in. We got JD on the dredge. We got I like this build. I saw it played. I think it was not last week, the week before. Someone played these perks on dredge, and I actually wanted to test it out myself. They've got the Scourge, Ruin, Blood Favor, and Sloppy Butcher. You need that Sloppy Butcher on dredge because it kind of just slows the survivors down for the reset. Oh, JD getting a little bit lost there. after his little remnant phase and not able to get that tag. But regardless, coming through again because we unfortunately just gave the Dredge the pallet, something you don't really want to do because he can zone you and just get a hit there. And we see the Blood Favor coming through. We're just going to be holding W, but there is absolutely nowhere to go. JD just cutting off the Survivor, and the Survivor is just going to be eating the dirt right now. And we see in the background the Scourge coming through, and because we're still in Nightfall, we're able to just slug this Survivor and hopefully try and get another tag on another Survivor. We're cutting off from the window. Do we make this? And ooh, Stacks just making that window. JD not able to get that tag. Still using our Nightfall to to its full potential. We see the instinct come up from the upstairs, so we still see the Survivors up there. We get that tag onto Stacks. Are we going to be committing to the down? Ain't no way we're going to be playing for it down right now. That'd be insane. Maybe just going around to try and get another tag onto another Survivor, using as much as our Nightfall as we possibly can. Did we lose our down Survivor? No, we have found them. There's actually 2 Killer Instincts going off there, so we know someone's trying to pick them up, and we actually see the pickup happening. So now we're no longer in Nightfall, so it's going to take longer for our remnant power to come back up. It doesn't come back up as fast unless you're in Nightfall, and oh, that is so unlucky. He's just running straight back into the Killer. Where are you going?
Where are you going, indeed? Yes. But yeah, that JD's playing very aggressively, which I kind of like. I think that's kind of how you have to play on Dredge. You got to play a little bit aggressive, a little bit unpredictable. Especially when you're running perks like, Sloppy Butcher and Ruin and Jolt as well. And oh my god, where are you going? We're just running into the killers. Look, I do that too. Look, playing against a Dredge on this map is I get a little bit overwhelmed. It's just, don't know where he's coming from sometimes on an indoor map like this. But we do unfortunately get the down onto Stacks there. Probably just didn't realize where JD was kind of coming from. As JD does return back to this. So this is a really, really strong position that JD is in right now. Just being able to capitalize on their mistakes as well. As we can kind of play we're going back to the other hook we're going to be playing for a bit of a body block, but I think JD is just going to go for the fresh here onto Claudette, not choosing to go for a tunnel out onto either Stacks or Arsenal, but no, we're actually going back to the unhook onto Arsenal here. We're going to be trying to find where they are at and just trailing them, but no, we actually find Neckbeard instead at this very same pallet. Going to be dropping that, and breaks away very nicely, avoiding a tag there. Very well played by Neckbeard, as we're going to try and probably cut him off. Maybe run into him a little bit, but no, we're actually choosing to leave this. Check on our Jets, which you see a little bit of a cheeky reset, maybe?
Yeah, this is the worst part. You can't really reset against a Dredge in Nightfall because you get that Killer Instinct, and we do find, one of our Survivors that has already been hooked. I think JD should have just committed to one of these Survivors from the beginning. He could have potentially had someone in second stage by now, or even, honestly, even Death. He could have camped Arsenal to second stage, but, Stacks just playing his life right now. Doesn't really have much to work with. We do see the Firecracker go off, and we're trying to play around this god-awful window, but, there's not much else you can really do once you've just getting zoned over towards this side, and that's going to be the second hook onto Arsenal right now. Now, the other Survivors did heal up, which is fine, because, the Killer was in chase. He wasn't going to, leave mid-chase while there's an injured Survivor right in front of his face. Now, these guys have to, try and get back on these motors, get some pressure on the gens, while JD can just fly across the map in his Nightfall. I don't know if you noticed, mate, one of his add-ons actually extends the Nightfall durations for a little bit longer too. So rather than having Malfinker's Skull, which, while having injured Survivors, makes the Nightfall come back faster, it actually extends the Nightfall duration. So JD's got a fair bit more time during Nightfall, and we do see the unhook come through, a tag onto Claudette. We can't even drop the pallet because of Blood Favor. Oh my days, I forgot about Blood Favor. Now JD can just walk straight through and continue his chase onto Stacks. Stacks still doesn't have a pallet to drop because of Blood Favor. Favor? Oh my days, I can't say words. Extra flavor, and we're just holding W. Very good job from Stacks right now, just kind of wrapping around, using unique pathing to try and get away. And we're going to be taking a down here, so we're not getting tunneled out, but that's a little bit risky because we do have Scourge, and Scourge just blows up all the generators around you if they're getting worked on. So I don't think we heard anyone working generators in the vicinity. We do see and it also procs blood favor against it. I don't know if that hit take was really worth it. As stacks just went down in the next 2 seconds anyway, and now we have a down survivor right underneath where JD's just going to be getting rid of our survivor. So this is just looking, honestly, it's looking pretty rough right now for Omen.
It is, yeah, it is looking pretty rough. We do have a lot of pressure on these gens, but JD is just playing so aggressive that they can't really keep up. And now it's going to force Arsenal to kind of have to rotate for the pickup onto the Claudette as well. As JD can just safely commit to this. And a thing with Blood Favor as well, the most important thing in a dredge set is using those God Pallets. You know, you got your God Pallet at 11 and your God Pallet at 5. And if you can't even use them because of Blood Favor, which I don't even think they have been used at all yet, these resources are still available for them to use, but it's just Blood Favor is just kind of stopping that from happening. As we see once again, the God Palette is blocked by Blood Favor, and now JD can get this down. And he's getting insane value from this perk, I must say, Fizz, as we see. Arsenal's actually not wrapping for the pickup onto Naughty here. We're going to be wrapping for the other high progress gen. Maybe they've accepted the fact that they're not probably going to get all gens done. We're just going to try and get as much done as possible. Make it a 4K2 instead of a 4K4 as we've just seen Arsenal here, but I don't know if I agree with them. I don't even know if it's like, would you even wrap for the pickup onto Claudette there, or would you 100%. Just go to the other gen to get the other gen done?
100% of the time, I would have picked up, because that chase did last quite a bit of time, but unfortunately, we're just running straight back into all three survivors, so we know where all of them are. Or, you know, maybe they just caught it. We're like, hey, you know, we're not the greatest against Dredge. Maybe our Dredge player is just absolutely, like, out of their mind and they can play for a 4K3 win con, but I don't know. These survivors just, there was a lot of, you know, little mistakes here and there. I think just the Blood Favor just catching them out constantly, and how aggressive JD played at the start. A lot of killers, you don't really see a lot of killers play that aggressive, especially in sets like Dredge, where people assume, oh, you know, he's a low tier killer, so he's only supposed to be getting, like, you know, 8 to 10 stages. We're not really supposed to be getting 4K'd against a Dredge, but when, you know, a killer just kind of randomly plays super aggressive at the start, goes for those tags, you know, is flying around the map, because that's his ability. You know, you want to use that Nightfall to your advantage, because you have so much mobility and there's lockers everywhere where he can fly to. And I think it just caught these survivors off guard, and they just weren't able to predict where the killer was going to be, whether or not he was going to commit to chases, whether or not he was going to slug. It was just so unpredictable for these survivors. They just didn't know how to do. But I think they did a good job to pop as many generators as they did, especially with that start, with 2 people on the hook at 5 gens. Insane.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, in the first like 3 minutes of that game, I just had no idea what was going on. There was a lot happening. Like, we got that first down pretty quickly, and then we kind of slugged and went for someone else. There was a lot going on, but JD played that extremely well, and that was their pick too. And we're gonna get this last Mori onto the Claudette here. And hopefully whoever's playing killer for Omen can make the win con of 4K3, which is pretty tough. Just
giving those really early tags, you just don't want that. You just kind of want to run to those God Pallets, drop them, and just keep holding W. A lot of Dredge is just holding W around random objects. Even the walls in the the school, the building, just hold W around them, go to your pallet, drop it.
I like the house. I like building a house.
Yeah, the building a house around the clock tower. I hate that pallet. Get me away from it. It's awful. But no, we are loading into the game. We got Noro on the killer. Keen to see how they're going to play.
They are SCA, as I've just found out, Fizz. So the Bleedout survivors are actually going to be playing on ping. So this might
spicy.
So it might be a bit spicy for them. It could be a high 4K potentially, because you know how Dredge is on ping. It's absolutely horrible. And what is this build? What am I looking at? Penty.
Okay. No sloppy. We got Penty over sloppy. I mean, I see it, but
see the vision.
If the survivors don't cleanse any totems, then Penty's just kind of useless, as we do find our first chase onto JD, the Dredge Master. So surely he knows how to absolutely whoop-de-wop and loop this killer. Nice patience there on the pallet, and we're just holding W straight back to the window. Very good job there from JD, just knowing when to break off and when to stay at the pallet. We're going to be dropping that pallet, unfortunately. Not what? Whoa! What? The auto-aim onto the pallet. That is so unlucky for Norda. We see that first tag come through, just holding W. We see another person off in the background. I don't think Blood Favor is in enough range for this Scott filler to even be blocked, so that's just unlucky. Did we see a totem get cleansed too, or am I insane? We did!
So,
that was Blood Favor cleansed, and we see the Penty come up. That is so unlucky for Norda right now, just having that totem spawn out in the open in the hallway. That is not what you want, and we actually just lose that chase onto JD, and we're just swapping over towards 6 hearts now. Doesn't have a window to play with. We are in the classroom, but we do have this nice palette here. We're just going to try and play maybe around our Remnant. No, we're just taking that hit and maybe leaving, because we still are in knife where we can kind of just fly around the map. And we see this, and we see, oh, that's just the Penty getting recleansed. So we still don't have Penty. We don't have Blood Favor. We only have 2 perks going for us right now, and we have lost both of our survivors that are injured. Never mind. We found hearts once again trying to work with this palette. We only have this awful office window to work with now, and I think this might be a down onto hearts right now, but kind of unzoned hearts there. Hearts is just able to make this bathroom pallet just drop that stuff. We're just going to break that. Hearts now has nowhere else to really go, although that back door is open now. I forgot about that, so we can just kind of run back upstairs, trying to make to anything else. We do have this music room pallet. It is kind of a god-awful pallet, but we're just dropping everything. These guys are playing this chase is actually going perfectly. We see the generator pop in the background, trying to do a 50-50 hit. Hearts winning the 50-50, not quite able to get that tag, unfortunately. Now we're just going to be holding W to another room with another pallet, and we're just going to drop that. Hey, we dropped the pallet. Doing a nice little fake there. Hearts might just be able to make the window, but no, we've unfortunately. Whoa, we actually do make it. I thought the Bloodlust 2 was going to kick in and we're going to be, you know, getting that down there, but that is just, oh, what a chase from Hearts right there. Just not getting that, not giving that down, knew exactly how to run, and that's what you mean. Like, this is their pick, so obviously their survivors should be a little more knowledged on, you know, how to take a chase against this killer, and it's just making Norda just question himself, like, should I even commit to this? Where do I go? What do I do? And we see the reset coming through. That's why you need, honestly, you just need Sloppy Butcher on this killer. Yeah, if you don't have Sloppy Butcher, then the resets just come through way too fast, and especially if you're going for a tag gameplay, like if we kind of started with at the start, you know, giving a couple of tags and then committing to a chase. Unfortunately, they were just able to reset too fast, and we still have a god pallet here at 11. That is LV Duck just dropping it and holding W. We're just breaking these pallets one after the other. I don't think LV Duck has really much more to play with on this. I'm pretty sure it's just an empty classroom. It is. I love these rooms. They're so good. And now we're just holding W to, once again, this little reception room. And we did see a Scourge proc, but I don't know. I think the survivors can kind of just 3-split at the moment and just let LV Duck cook on the hook.
I mean, yeah, they literally can, because that's the first hook that Norda has gotten, and Norda doesn't have access to really much in terms of perks except for Surge and Ruin. I guess that's kind of the gamble that you take if you're gonna run Hex perks, is that you can have really, really crappy RNG with where they spawn, so that they just get found and cleansed instantly, and then that's just, you're running with like 2 perks for the rest of the game. Or you can have really good RNG and get really good value from these perks, like we saw JD did earlier with Blood Favor. Like, he was getting insane value from Blood Favor, and it never got cleansed the entire time. It never got found. But yeah, we do.
Smash hit
Bleedout's
value.
Bleedout's just playing this absolutely crazy as well. And
I hate it when that happens.
Wrong locker. Oh no.
Oh, when you're trying to just. No, go,
sorry.
please.
No,
please, ma'am.
I'm so sorry.
There's so much going on right now.
No, I was.
I'm overstimulated.
I don't know, man. I was just gonna say that, you know, like with dredge sets as well on Survivor side, if you know you want to make sure that the first chase outlasts the first nightfall as well, like that's super important. That's all I was gonna say, and they've done that perfectly this game. So, anyways, you go on.
I mean, Norda's just kind of playing how he has to play right now. We got to go around the map and just get tags, get these survivors
Yeah.
off the generator. You know, we still have Ruin up, so we're regressing the gens at the same time. We have 3 tags on the survivors at the moment, but without that sloppy butcher, we're not able to kind of keep them from resetting as fast as what we would want, as you know, there's no slowdown for the reset. And now we're committing to a chase onto, I think this is Jazz here. Yeah, still Jazz has been absolutely juicing tonight. We dropped that pallet. This is such a good pallet for the survivors, but you know where we are, into an empty classroom, and I think this might just be a down onto Jazz. She doesn't really have anything else to work with, so we're just going to hold W into this corner, hop a locker. We do see another generator pop in the background, so we are at our win con that we need for Norda, and I dare say that they're either doubling another generator or they're about to pop one.
Oh yeah, I mean, they only need to pop one more for the Tycon, as Norda does have to play really aggressively here as we catch up. 6 hearts here on the tap, waiting on the stairs here, and oh, drop the pallet. Nope, we're not. We're just gonna keep holding W to this window, and gonna be playing this really, really patiently. 6 hearts has been popping off this game. That first chase was insane, and the second one doing really well too. And I think that window. Wait, was that window?
The window's blocked.
The window blocked.
Oh.
What? Go back!
Oh well, it doesn't matter. We're going straight back to the
Okay.
unlucky and AD. Just not committing to that chase onto 6 hearts, and now we have the library pallet here. Nice tag there. I think Norda's doing a pretty good job of keeping these survivors off the generators. You know, they're playing to the best they can, but Ruin's gone, so we can't really kick these survivors off the generators. We've got Scourge, Surge, whatever it's called. It's called to work with, and these survivors are just gonna, you know, they have all the time in the world to just kind of pump these generators out without really any regression unless they go down, which I will say they are running out of resources. Not much more resources left on the map from what I can tell. You know, we've got a couple of pallets upstairs, but you know, they've been just absolutely lobbing them, which is kind of what you want to do. You just lob the pallet and hold W, and this is going to be a down onto 6 hearts. Do we see... We see the Scourge, whatever it's called, come through. The Penti has been cleansed, so they don't have that gen speed slowdown, and we're just going to be slugging hearts and committing to this chase onto LV Duck. Hasn't been chased yet, so now we're going to be seeing a nice little chase onto LV Duck. Nice patience there from LV Duck, not you know, not vaulting back over to block that window. We do have this little 50-50 pallet to work with. And, oh, I was going to say maybe he doesn't get tagged here, but he does give that tag off, and Norda's gonna try and cut him off here. Never mind, we find a reset coming through, but JD's gonna be taking a tag, and oh, maybe we can get around. Nope. Oh, unfortunately, not quite able to get around JD. JD doing some nice blocking there, and just gonna be trying to find Jazz. Jazz does have these tiles over here at 1, just lobbing that stuff. Maybe we can chuck a remnant down to stop them from being able to, you know, get out of here, play that 50-50 better. But we're just kind of playing the M1 game right now as Dredge. You kind of want to use, you know, your power to stop these survivors from cutting off, but maybe Norda's just not.
What a hit!
Taste that. I love it when that happens, you know? I love it. You know, now we're just playing the slug game because we are at our win con, so maybe we need to get a survivor out of here, but we've only got 2 hooks, and JD's just hopping locker right now. Maybe a generator is going to pop in the background. This is a little risky because we do have Jazz just sitting on the ground, but the resets are coming through, so this might, I mean, it's looking pretty risky for these guys right now.
Oh yeah, this is really kind of looking a bit scary for Bleedouts. Maybe they just have to slow it down, I think, a little bit more. If they want to make this win con, which is only 2 gens, like the pop, just slow it down and try not to give away too many tags, and, you know, play super safe. But they can't really keep up with how aggressive Norda is playing, you know, considering I don't think Norda has played much of this killer, but he's playing pretty, like, for the win con that he has to get, he's playing super well. Like, you know, he's playing really aggressively, he's getting these tags, he's catching them off guard, he's slugging, and that's exactly what you need to do if you want to
Wait, Jazz just dropped into his arms.
What just happened? In the arms of an angel.
That was kind of an unlucky drop there from Jazz. Maybe she just didn't know where he was coming from.
Oh yeah, I know. That was, again, like as I was saying earlier, like you just, this map can be scary sometimes with Dredge, especially in nightmare mode. You might not know where he's coming from. As Norda does get the hook on Jazz, and we've got 2 healthy survivors here. If they can just slow this down and get some resets, we do get the reset onto LB Duck 2, and we have just re-entered our Nightfall mode. So now Norda can just kind of move around the map and see if you can catch out anyone stealthing or working these generators, as we have a little bit of progress on this gem, which is at a very awkward spot, but we are pre-leaving this as we are running into a classroom and actually cutting JD off. And no, we actually find the reset here, which is huge. If we can stop this before it gets finished, as we do in fact find it, and we interrupt the reset, which is massive, and we could probably just commit to Jazz here, right? Is Jazz Deathhook?
Yeah, Jazz is definitely.
Okay, I'm just not keeping up with the hooks. I need to like note it down on my other screen or something, because I just forget who's been hooked and how many times. But we do get the down onto Jazz, which is actually massive. But all they need to do is pop one more gen for that Tycon. So we do get the death onto Jazz. If we can get a reset on Hearts, there's no, we're actually going to be cranking this gen as we do confirm the Tycon. Ooh, very nicely played, but it does result in a tag for LV Duck. Now, are they able to pop one more gen for that win? Or is it just going to be a tie as we get a nice teleport onto LV Duck here and get that down? And I can only assume we're just going to be slugging here. We don't have a lot of gen pressure happening around. We see some scratchies off this gen, which is at like 1% progress. And this is our healthy survivor. I believe this is JD. So we go for a tag here onto JD. Maybe go back and catch our 6 hearts, or we can commit to this. Maybe 6 hearts is just sitting on a gen somewhere. I don't know. That'd be crazy. And this chase just lasts for a really long time. But Norna getting a little bit cautious here. He's going to be leaving this and checking to see if we can catch out 6 hearts here. But yeah, this is really Fizz, I gotta say, this game has turned around a lot. Like at the start, Bleedouts were playing absolutely crazy. You know, the chases were really long, but as the more and more resources have been used, and we still have a few here left, but it just I kind of fumbled, I must say. I guess that's how quickly dredge sets can kind of turn around. It's just a bit of a snowball action happening.
So it's just that mobility, you know. Bro's just able to go from one side of the map to the other, to the other, to the other, and you know he's got 3 tokens to work with. But I just want to say he's doing such a good job, considering the fact he realistically only has 1 perk to work with right now, you know. And he's just catching these survivors off guard, trying to get on the generators. He's not giving them enough time to reset, even without that sloppy butcher. And again, we don't have much resources left to use. Oh, a nice fake there from LV Duck, and able to just break away to get towards this reception area. But again, this is just. Oh my days, the auto aim onto the windowsill. Oh, that is not what you need. But he is diving in a good spot where that surge isn't able to go off. But we're going to be leaving that slug because I'm pretty sure LV Duck's already been hooked. So if he bleeds out, it does not matter. We're just going to try and fight these survivors, work on the generator, and we catch out hearts. And it's going to be a down. Surge goes off. Regression happening right now. And we know where the other survivor is as well. So we can pretty much commit to JD.
Yeah, this is crazy work from Norda. He's played this super well, but I guess the only thing is that Hearts is fresh hook, I believe, from what I've just been told. So if Hearts does bleed out here, which I think Norda will be able to find, and we are in Nightfall, so it should be pretty easy to find. But if Hearts does bleed out, that is the difference, I believe, in the recon. I might be wrong. I'm not sure. Anyway, oh no, it's JD's only fresh now. Okay, I am just so behind. I need to keep up. But we do get the down. That is absolutely crazy work from Naughty here, getting that Tycon. That's exactly what he needed to kind of bring this series back, like we can go back into the artist set now, which is the tiebreaker set, I believe. So, which is, I've never casted an artist set before. Actually, wait, I have. I just remembered I have casted an artist set before because I said something really stupid on it while I was casting it. So, but no, really well played by Norda here for the side of Omen. Unlucky for Bleedout. It was looking really good for Bleedout at the start there, but it just kind of all fell apart, and it kind of fumbled a little bit, made a few mistakes, probably rushed a little bit too much, in my opinion. Maybe if they slowed it down.
Meat. Now, I don't know much about artists. I kind of didn't even know she was in the pool, not gonna lie. That's a surprise for me. But I'm keen to see how this player gets played out in comp settings.
No, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing an artist set as well on the Wretched Shop. Should be pretty interesting. I don't yeah, I mean this set can kind of go either way. to be honest with. But I mean, if Omen do win this artist set, if this is their stronger, killer or set and they win, they'd have to go back and replay the Dredge set, which would be played offline. But um, yeah, if Omen can bring this back and get the win, then they'll go back and replay the Dredge set because they did play that super well. Well, Norda did for Dredge. That was absolutely crazy. But yeah, the artists, here we go. I mean, I don't know much about artists either. I know with the crows.
Sends birds.
Sends birds. I mean, if you're in LOS, like, and you've already swarmed by birds, you get injured. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know what these add-ons are either. If someone can enlighten me in the rev chat, that'd be awesome. But we've got. Actually, I did see someone use this.
Oh, double bird. Let's go.
Bird action. Wait, can we get a snipe across the map? That's crazy. Wait, you know that thing that people do with artists? Wait, we got
shotguns. We got the snipe.
The
that is insane.
Nice. Nah, that's crazy. But have you seen? You know the one I'm talking about. When you set up two birds in like a line.
Yeah,
like they're
shotgun.
a bit further. Yeah, the shotgun. Is that what it's called? I don't know. Anyway.
That's what I call it.
Okay.
But no,
anyway,
I'm talking about that. Let's talk about this gameplay. We got a tag onto JD already. We're in chase. We saw his starting come through from 6 hearts, and I think we're just playing for a tag right now. Well, JD's just kind of we've lost. No, we do see JD. I found JD. I lost him. We find JD. We're just gonna play for a tag here. The tag's here. It makes JD able to make to the pallet. Psych, we're swapping targets over to 6 hearts. 6 hearts just lobbing the pallet. We've got a bird there ready to go. Hearts just kind of has to hold W away. Perfect pathing, straight to Shack. Lob that pallet. Hopefully, yeah, lob the pallet. Just going to be breaking that. Get that pallet out of the way. Hopefully, Alanis can just drop some birds and play around these tiles perfectly. I don't know how the setup works for oh my god. Amazing mind game there from Alana. Is just 6 hearts getting caught out. LV Duck was coming in for a hit, but unfortunately not going to be having. But they did pop a generator in the background. Not too bad pressure from these guys, but unfortunately just not dying deep enough, which allows our killer to just drag right into the middle of the map where there is a pain res. And we do have a juicy little, Gifts of Pain res, Corrupt, and Eruption on our side of the killer. We do still have JD injured as well, and I think I was going to say Alana's just going to commit to that, but no. We're just kind of pushing our survivor off that generator in main. Gonna send some birds over towards other. Oh no, we're in chase. Oh, and we get a bird in the background on Jazz. Jazz just has to leave that generator as well, as we have to chase around here. There's not really anywhere else for JD to go. JD just holding W, or so is the killer, just holding W, setting up another bird. Maybe we can get a bird tag onto the survivor. The survivor goes in for the unhook. The unhook happening right in front of the killer's face. That is so unfortunate. Now we're just able to kind of zone 6 hearts as much as we can. We set that bird up, but 6 hearts just holding W. Is that the strat here? Just hold W on this killer? Absolutely insane. Oh, and we can set the bird up on the pallet. Oh, we get the bird tag, but maybe that was a hit there. I'm not too sure. But unfortunately, again, this is going to be 6 hearts going down. That was a very fast chase and a fast unhook happening there. But we do have the double happening on that generator, trying to get rid of those topside gens. Because look how disgusting that are. Look at that 4-gen topside. Ew.
Yeah, I think that's pretty standard with this map. There's always that really heavy cluster of gens at the side of the map, or you can get one at bot side as well. But they aren't working on them, it looks like. We do pop this gen at 1, but we still do have a bit of a 3-gen here. And we get that second hook onto hearts as well. I've just been informed that the add-ons, by the way, is Thick Tar and 7 Hands, which I think 7 Hands is kind of the, what you're meant to run, I think. I think I see this add-on, this purple one, a lot, which happens when it causes survivors coming within 3 meters of each other. If they're with birds, they'll get infected with birds as well. Like, it just passes on to another survivor. And then the Thick Tar is just increases the repel duration for swarm survivors by 0.5 seconds. So that's what they do. So now I know that, and you do too, Fizz, and I guess people in OSL as well, if you don't know. But we see a really cheeky unhook coming here from LB Duck, and he just gets this for free. That is crazy. Straight under Norda's nose here, as we're going to be dropping the tunnel out and going for the down 2. I like this play. I think going for this is good because you want to get that hook in that 3-gen. As we see 2 people working on gens in the background too, which had probably close to 50% progress, but it's going to be just stopped by this pain res. And with Gift of Pain as well, We saw a lot of value out of Gift of Pain last week, Fizz. I believe it was in the... Oh, I can't remember. I think it was Lyra Sandmarine, maybe, the killer. I think it was Mo on the Leopard last week, who was running Gift of Pain, was actually getting quite a bit of value out of it. Because everyone was just affected by the Gift of Pain and just their gen speed was just really slow, and like healing as well. It was just slowing down the game a lot for the survivor side. So maybe, hopefully, Norda can get some value from that this game. But he's in a pretty good spot at the moment, I think. He's got 3 injures on the board. We all injures on the board. Make that 4 in our 3 gen 2. So if this can be a really quick down here. We're going to be pre-dropping this pallet. I think that's what you need to do against an artist. You just got to pre-drop and just zoom towards the bird.
Sorry.
Bang! Get the down with the bird and in the middle of our 3 gen. And I think this is
there
another
a 3
pain
gen
res too. Yeah. This one, main, and one at 9, I think. No,
that 9 one got popped ages ago. There's one over towards 3, and then you got 6. Yeah, you're kind of just...
wait.
You're waffling right now, but that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. You know, she's a little sick at the moment, guys. Just give her a little bit of time. You know,
leave me alone.
No, but they do get that reset off though. That is it's a decent hook, but these survivors done a really good job getting rid of that crazy 4 gen that we had. I'm a little bit like questionable on the killer's gameplay. We do have eruption, but we're not going towards the generators and kicking them and getting any value out of downing these survivors, and especially if we're playing for like fresh hooks or going for different survivors. If you've got those kicks on those generators, then you're getting insane value out of that eruption. But we've kind of just been standing around the hook. We don't have much of a 3 gen to really play around. We are sending birds over towards 3 every so often to make sure there's no survivors on there. It is a good kind of info tool, not just, you know, an attack tool. We can kind of see where you know, where our survivors are. Now, I remember like back in the day, someone that mained artists a lot in pubs once told me that you should realistically only be sending like 1 bird every so often, because there's not as long as a cooldown for you to be able to use your birds again. So just send in those birds. We're gonna try and get a little bit of a double hit here. We didn't even hit the generator. Aim's a little bit off there, but that's all right. It's all right. They're doing a pretty good job right now. Survivors have whole re-stealthed. Don't know whether or not they're sitting on generators or just kind of waiting around for the unhook. Jazz has gone into 2nd stage, and now we're just kind of just waiting around, seeing if a survivor's going to come in for the pool. Not really looking around, we're kind of just walking around. Sending birds every so often to this generator at 6 and the generator at 3. We do find a little bird action happening over here. Gonna try and send some birds, get a nice snipe. Not happening, not today, Jan. We did jump locker to get rid of the birds, because you can do that. That's something I know you could do. And we find 6 hearts here, who is... 6 hearts was a death hook, right? Yeah, 6 hearts to death hook. We get a tag. Yep, see the tag, see the pallet drop. Gonna be committing to this chase here. Hopefully get the death. Jazz in the background got unhooked. I kind of like this gameplay. There's a little... Ooh, and the generator at 3 actually got done. Unfortunately, all those birds that we sent just didn't hit any survivors, so we didn't know someone was over there, and now it's going to be a nice down onto 6 hearts. And look, an eruption proc. Let's go.
Yeah, no, my bad on saying that there was a 3 gen earlier, because this is kind of looking good for the side of Bleedout. I mean, they've got a really nice gen split here, but we do have the death onto 6 hearts here, making it a 3v1. However, Bleedout did insane on the 3v1 on the Lich set, and they had a tighter 3 gen than this, so I believe they could pull it off again. I guess you kind of have to play this pretty perfectly. And not fumble, I guess. That allows Norda to kind of... Not Norda, sorry. Elena's to kind of capitalize on their mistakes. But that's a tag given away to LV Duck here. And now Elena's... Oh, wow, we do get that last gen pop over at 6, which is crazy. And I guess Elena's does have to... I mean, you can commit to LV Duck here. LV Duck is our last fresh rook. So if he can get the down here, that'd be a pretty good result, to be honest. But no, we're actually going to be dropping this, and no, we're going to try and interrupt this gate. We see JD coming in here, playing really
JD's our fresh, mate. JD's the fresh.
JD's our fresh as well? Wait, no.
No, just JD. Just JD.
Oh! I thought LB Duck was fresh! gosh. Oh, he's first hook. LB Duck is first hook. Okay.
Yeah.
Why did JD show himself? Why
Well,
are
it
you
doesn't matter.
there?
We're dropping chase on. No, we're still committing to JD. I don't know who he was
Okay.
looking at over there, but we are committing to this chase onto JD. But if someone's over on this top side and they're getting that door done, that means just JD's kind of just holding W and out of there. We do see. I think that was LV Duck working on that door. JD's just gonna try and buy as much time as he possibly can so we can get out. Is LV Duck out here? Yes, LV Duck makes it out. Now JD can pretty much just run at the killer and get out here. Oh, have we wrapped back around to go towards Shaq? No, we're holding a check spot at main there. The killer thinks we're wrapping around to go back towards Shaq, and JD's just able to hold W out the door. Let me count how many stages that is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? 5 stages, I think. So I don't know what the average stages are for artists. I assume it would only be like 7 stages in their Lich set. They almost brought that back, but now they have to do a similar thing here in our artist set, which is a completely different killer, completely different play style from the Lich. So even from Jet, and that's one of the things I find the most hardest about playing in comms. You go from one killer to another killer to another killer. You get kind of like they all play differently. Yes, you've got your main macro, don't die in the gens, don't die in the middle of the map, die edge map, all this stuff. But then you've also got to play differently at the same time to counter the killer. So it's like you're playing micro, macro, and all this stuff at the same time. But regardless, loading in JD on the killer for Bleedouts. We've got Neckbeard, Nolzy, Nora, and Stacks on these survivors. We've got some nice generators on the top side once again. A little bit of a 5-gen top side with that 2-1 generator still being inside of it. It's absolutely insane. If we get a survivor hooked back there, it's could be Jeej, but JD's just sending out birds trying to find a survivor. Maybe these birds are gonna land on someone. I don't know. I mean, obviously he wants that to happen, but it might not. Oh, I was gonna say it might not happen, but it happens. Neckbeard playing a little bit too aggressive on the head generator. Oh, shotgun. Sorry. You're good. Neckbeard getting hit with the stray birds, and now we're just gonna be taking chase here. Trying to loot for our life over here. Well, we've got a couple of birds set off. We see the little bird tag happening. Just going to be repelling and using the birds as wall hacks. That was actually insane to see. And now we see the birds come through once again. JD's just zoning Neckbeard away from the pallet, able to use it. Even then, if you're repelling it, you can't drop all vault windows anyway. So very, very well played there from JD. Kind of insane. Was someone there for a pallet save? No, that'd be insane. And we do get a hook over towards one. Nice pain raise here. I think they're doubling that 6 generator down the bot side. JD's just going to be throwing birds. Get some info. We do see some. I think that was Stacks trying to stealth away there. I don't think JD wants really anything over. There's not really any point of him going all the way down the bottom. He can just use these bursts to knock the survivors off the generators. Do have a little bit of a different build here. We've got that Wretched Fate, Pain Res, Ruin, and Corrupt. I do like the Ruin play because if you're just sending birds at the generators, you're just constantly regressing gens. Because if they don't want to get hit by the birds, then they're getting off the generators, right? Oh, and we get the unhook happening, the double bird action, sending a bird to the unhook. Now we're able to just hold W and chase Neckbeard here, getting into that very fast chase, very fast unhook. It's unfortunately getting unhooked in front of the killer. And a very, very quick down as well. And trying to play for a little bit of a pallet save here. Nora, unfortunately, getting found. We do have this pallet to work with as it wasn't dropped before. Maybe a little bit of a pre-drop. Oh, JD trying to swing through, not happening. Nora getting that stun. Just able to just drop this chase and just leave as fast as he can. Maybe Nora can come back in for the pallet save. We see Nosy here. Does Nosy get the pallet save? Nosy coming through. We get the pallet save. Nosy once again for the boys, coming in for the saves constantly. We do have bird action happening on our survivors here right now, but this is absolutely insane. This is exactly what the survivors need now. Neckbeard can hold W down towards that bottom side of the map. We need to get bottom to get away from these top side generators because there's just generators everywhere. Ooh, we find the totem as well while we're looping, but there is nothing over here. Absolute dead zone on that 7 side, but you know what Neckbeard's doing? Holding W to edge map, exactly what you want to do because this killer's going to struggle to find a hook even close to the generators. And we do see a generator pop on that top side. These guys are playing insane. Holy crap.
Yeah, no, they are, Fizz. Like that pallet save from from Nolsey was crazy, and Neckbeard, sorry, just being able to hold W down here, away from this really gross 4-gen. It's absolutely huge. It's exactly what you want. I really like the, the coordination from these survivors, as we're going to be extending our chase to the Claudette here, Norda, who is able to break away without getting tagged. Does Copper Bird Swarm, as JD does return all the way back. And if Nolsey's here, be careful, JD, because man, Nolsey has been just playing crazy with helping out his homies, keeping them alive for as long as possible. It's a little cheeky sandbag, but it doesn't really matter anyway, as they do take that body onto Norda. And a snipe with the birds on Naked. And Nolsey is here! Wait! That's crazy. Oh wait, because the bird, does a bird show if you're in a locker? If it goes over the locker?
It sure does.
It sure does! Oh my god, that's crazy! But that is a death onto Neckbeard, and it's pretty, looking pretty dire for these survivors. I'm not gonna lie, Fizz. We still have this 4-gen at this side of the map. We have someone injured, and yeah, it's a 3v1. I don't know what else to tell you. Like, that's just really rough. And we still have Ruin up. We still have Wretched Fate up as well. So that's gonna, make the survivors suffer a little bit more with getting these gens done. And still have 3 stacks of pain res in our back pocket too for JD. So JD is in a very good spot right now, I must say. Maybe Neckbeard calmed out that, hey guys, there's a totem at 6 here. You should probably go get it. It might help you a bit for this 3v1, so maybe someone's rotating to that, but we are seeing the reset happening, and yep, that's exactly what's happened. Nolsey is on that totem.
Nolsey's on it.
What was that perk that got cleansed? Was either Ruin or someone else? Oh yeah, we got rid of Ruin, so that's actually pretty good. Because I think Wretched Fate only impacts one survivor, which is the Obsession, I believe. So we do get a tag onto Stax here, and Stax has to try and get out of this area. Does cop a swarm of birds, and has this Tata play around, but we're just going to be running face first into JD, so that's exactly what JD needs. And now he gets his hook on a pain res in the middle. Oh, I don't think he has a pain res nearby. Does he? Does he make?
He might not. He might just make this. He might not make it. I don't know. It's 50-50. This is what we see. The bar at 50. Bar's slowly going up. Oh no, he definitely makes this.
Yeah, he makes
Imagine if he had. Oh, and we're just missing our skill checks. Oh, wait, do the skill checks even matter anymore? I don't know, but we know someone else is on this top side of the map because we did see the Wretched Fate get cleansed as well. So we know someone's hanging around. So JD can kind of just sniff around all these tiles, and we find him. We find the one and only Nolsey, who's been playing out of his mind tonight, and that's a tag onto Nolsey. Not what you want in the 3v1. And we know that Norda's on the other side of the map because I'm pretty sure he got hit with birds or hit with pain res. Something happened. I heard a Claudette scream. So gonna chase onto Nolsey. We got the birds happening. JD's gonna be playing one of those mind games here where he just kind of stands still and waits to see where the survivor's going, and he does exactly that. Nolsey getting caught out there, and that is so unlucky, which means Norda has to wrap from all the way from the bottom side of the map to the top side, and JD can just slug this and go straight for the unhooked survivors, which is happening, and we get the double bird action happening there. I think he tried to go for a little bit of a shotgun, but not quite happening. Getting a tag onto Norda. Norda just holding W, trying to run away. Someone's playing at this god-awful pallet here, which was Norda. Norda not getting tagged, just missed getting hit by those birds, sending off another birds. We're trying to wrap around to pick up Nolsey. I don't think it's going to be happening. Just committing to this chase onto Stax here, which means Norda's going to have to wrap around for Nolsey, as Nolsey's just doing absolutely nothing. Right now, JD's doing a very good job of making these survivors just do nothing. And there's the down, there's the tag. We're able to kick this generator, get it regressing, so basically no, no pressure on the board for these survivors right now. And now we're just playing a slug game. Back and forth, back and forth. These survivors got to try and meet up to get healed. We do see some scratch marks happening. Nolsey just showing himself. Not really what you want to do, Nolsey. You got to try and hide now. You're in a very dire spot. You can't really be found, but unfortunately, getting found. We see the bird land on Nolsey's forehead. And just getting mind gamed at this tile, unfortunately, just using those birds to kind of see where the survivor is. Is it if they're cleansing the birds, you can see the the birds through the tiles, or is it just you see it at all times? I don't know. That's a question for the refs, and they'll tell me at some point, and we'll get to it. And now we have, now we have now we have two slugs on the ground, and now we're trying to find Norda. Norda is somewhere stealthing, doing a gen, maybe not doing a gen. We did send a couple of birds over towards the generators. JD's doing a fantastic job right now. Oh, just play with so much pressure, such high tempo. You know, just making these survivors go from one side of the map to the other, to the other, to the other, just wasting their time. And that's just kind of what you want to do. Just have the game in your hands at all times. And well, survivors did play, like they have been playing amazing, but just a couple of little mistakes here and there. You know, not stealthing properly, getting found. We do see the pickup happen onto Nolzy, so we know Norda's around here somewhere, and we find Norda trying to wrap around for this unhook, which is again, once again, these survivors are just doing nothing, not sitting on generators. We're not healing, so JD can just kind of play however he wants to.
I mean, yeah, he's in a really good position, and he can play however he wants to, I guess, because like he's just got these survivors in the palm of his hands right now. Like, he's got so much, you know, control of this entire map. Like, he knows exactly where everyone is. He's got everyone injured. There is no progress on any of these gens, and he can just like chase whoever he wants. He knows that these 3 gens are probably not going to be popping anytime soon in this 3 gen, as we do get down onto Norda here, and we're going to be hooking right onto this pain res, which I don't know if it will do much. I could only imagine, I can only assume Nolzy and I can't even read that last name to be honest, but the Yoichi gonna be trying to get a gen done. I think at this point you can't really reset, but if you want to, I mean, you have to reset. It's a 3v1. It's look at this 4 gen. Your win con is, you know, get stages out the door. Oh, what a nice bird down from JD here, and that's just, yeah, this is just GG's, I think, Fizz. I don't know how, you know, Omen are going to be able to recover from this one. This is really rough. We've got Stacks dead here, and 2 injured survivors. Like, it's just looking pretty done.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Bro's already hit the win con, right? There's 7 stages for win, so
absolutely.
Yeah, he's already hit it. But you know, he's doing phenomenal right now. They still have 3 generators to do, so it's looking like a 4K3 right now. If they're able to pop a generator right now, that'd be insane. But I don't think that's even going to happen. We know exactly where both these survivors are. We find Nolzy here over at 1, and we saw Norda running back towards that bot side. Nolzy, nice little 50-50 there, trying to wait out the birds, not getting hit through not getting downed by the birds. But we do have the birds on us, so this could, oh, bang, sniped, dead. You're on the ground once again. Nolzy's just been laying down this whole time, just going for little naps. Oh, Norda already ready for the slug, wrapping around to get Nolzy. Okay, a little bit of cheeky action there. JD's going to try and find Norda down this bot side, sending birds over towards the top side once again, maybe just realizing that Norda could just be stopping top, and I think he's going to get caught out any second now. We see the pickup action happening. Find Nolzy once again. Find Norda once again. Yeah, no, this is very much just a GG, man. There's not much else these survivors can realistically do. Ooh, taste that.
Yeah, I mean, 4K3 is a really that's an insane result for artists in this balancing this map, as we're having a nice little moment together, Nolzy and JD.
Their outfits are matching. They're both green. That's cute.
Wait. No, they're not.
Is the artist not green? I might be colorblind.
Black? That's black?
It's a little bit of green.
There's no
it's
green
like
in there.
Nah, the little things on her hips
things.
and stuff. Yeah, they're green, no? I don't know. They both look good. Nolzy looking dapper. She looking absolutely fine. You know, they got their fits on check.
No, yeah. No, I'm all for the fits. I mean, Nolzy's fit is impeccable. Love to see it. I love the old green David. But